Okay, so remember when I said to you guys, for those of you that did pay attention, I did mention that there was a calling or an urge to just make more content, and I haven't outgrown sneakers. I still will be creating sneakers when I feel they are meaningful, but for now I'm gonna do something more meaningful to my everyday life currently. Okay, so let me just get situated right now. Okay, so just a quick backstory. I play professional basketball over in Southeast Asia, Philippines and Thailand to be precise. And so I'm at Manila and Bangkok. And I've been playing there for like near enough, well over half a decade, sorry. And COVID hit. So COVID hit 2019, I was in Thailand. 2020, I was in Thailand. In 2020, I was in Thailand. The season got cut short, like halfway through the basketball season, cut short. All non-Thai nationals had to go home. I went over back to the Philippines because I'm a Philippine national also. And I was just stuck in the Philippines and waiting to go home, back home to London, sorry. And got back home, 2021. There was a Filipino Pinoy Summer League, the most coveted here in London. It was condensed to make up for the fact that the world did come to a standstill. And I managed to acquire a knee injury, a proper nagging knee injury. So to be exact, it's knee tendinopathy. Well, as this is being recorded now, I have an MRI tomorrow, and I'm gonna see what the exact root cause of it is. I do suspect from other diagnoses that it could be a meniscal tear, but I'm hoping it's not, and it's just a tendinopathy tear. This has by far been the most tricky injury that I've had to go about, because, man, playing professional sports, I've been pretty okay and injury-free, or when I have been injured, I've been able to diet and rehab to the point where I'm back playing my sport. So it's come to a point where I need to just take this serious and start from ground zero. So that brings us on to this video and this whole lineage of documentation, because I don't want to call it a vlog and or a series, because you know me, and YouTube is inconsistent. We have this love-hate relationship. So I think with a pinch of salt here and there, I'm going to start documenting my knee rehab and the progress and the processes I do take. We're going to start from zero. The basis of this is going to be implementing the ATG, maybe just harmonizing. All right, so we're not going to make this a focal point of ATG, although it's going to be an integral element of this whole, I think how to start from the base up is my main focus. And I think that's where we're going to start. So for example, today, we're going to be grounded. Welcome to my humble abode. So this is just the home gym setup. We're here in the conservatory. So I think just to kick it off, two of the stretches that I do prioritize, let's make it three. So the three stretches that I do prioritize now is the hip flexor pose, and or otherwise known as the couch stretch. So here we have this pose. In order to feel it more in that hip flexor area, you can either pull the back foot, you can lean forward. I like to do personally is just contract the glutes. So you have that stretch there. I think the most popular out of all of them is the pigeon, and or a variation of the pigeon. So you have this movement right here, and you can I think the beauty of ATG is that you can regress it to your capability. So you can even start at the 1990s. You can even just, have your legs straight here and just feel that little stretch in the glute area here. I think the most important for me is what I like, and this is the third most important stretch, or the focal point of what I like to do now, and it is the hip internal rotation. So I believe it's fairly overlooked, and it's just this movement right here is also otherwise known as the 1990s. But just doing this I'd say every warm-up. I do it every day now, just to get that internal rotation, because when you do target this internal rotation, it does help with your knee biomechanics. So my approach to this is not to focus on the knee itself, because I know my knee is capable of pushing, loading, pulling, because in the gym I'm able to load X amount, which is fine. So I think instead of wasting, because I did learn from the 4 to 6 months of just doing those isotonics, that after it, when I was starting to manage and put more weight bearing on it, nothing was really working. So I need to look outside of the box, and I hope you guys start looking outside of the box, in that sometimes the root of the problem isn't the actual area of problem, and the vicinity around it is probably what is inhibiting your injury in the first place. That being said, we're going to focus on the ankles and the hips. This video itself, the glutes and the hips are focused just by doing this internal rotation over here. And I am taking everything, like I said previously, with a pinch of salt. I am doing sleds or reverse walking. Let's talk about sleds actually. So I am getting in the gym when I can and reverse walking on the sled, and just starting from ground zero. So from there, hopefully we can build this left knee back to where it needs to be, because I was able to dunk, I was able to touch the rim and just all done like that. So I think the three main focal points of this video here is to not look at the root of the cause, but to look away from it to see if it affects your biomechanics. This takeaway from here is, yes, you have the popular pigeon stretches and you have the popular, you have the hip flexors, but overlooked is the internal rotation, all right? Because that also allows you to align when you squat, all right? And your movement, your triple extension, okay? So even when you're just here, a simple test is just here. Yeah, see, so there's a massive hindrance in my left side, and that is the side that is impacted heavily. I can't run. It absolutely burns me inside. I can't play basketball every single day like I used to, but you know, Kobe, what would he do? So have a look for yourself, guys, all right? Check your hip internal rotation and see where it's at, because this will unlock a lot of your problems, especially if you guys who experience knee valgus, flat feet. It's one way to look into how your body moves in unison, all right? Because for those of you who do play dynamic sports such as myself, which is basketball being the main sport for me, this can trickle down to other sports such as volleyball, tennis, because of the lateral movements. But yeah, so I hope this is an eye-opener for you guys who do experience knee pain. Look away from the root of the cause. Cool. And reverse sled. So reverse sleds, as Mr. Knee Over Toes guy has said already, Mr. Patrick, that's a great place to start because it puts your body at that decelerated and or loaded movement, okay? Yeah, man. Movement is key. So if you do have any injuries, try and mitigate staying inactive. Movement is key. All right.